I have been accused of racism and homophobia. Heavy words. Well, they used to be heavy, now it's just some cheap shot tactic to dismiss anyone that disagrees with a simple-minded leftist. So I'm going to assume the comment was left by leftists because no one else is dim-witted enough to say that about me. So, you know this is going to be a fun video. Buckle up, I'm likely going to say some heavy things in this one. So if we look at previous civilizations to ours, they're much more insulated. You have different groups of people with differences in language, in cultural values, etc., etc. It's only really in the last couple of centuries, or decades even, where humans become really interconnected. First by transatlantic travel by sea, and then with air travel through the invention of the aeroplane, and then through technological advancement of communications, a la the internet. So some societies and peoples, because of geographical locations, have civilizations that are nowhere near as advanced as some others, purely because of their lack of interaction with more information, other people, that and the environment and the nature of their society doesn't facilitate a need to progress in the same way that other societies have done, mainly because of the terrain and warfare, the latter being particularly helpful in speeding up technological innovation and thinking up inventive ways to protect your society and its people. If you then bring these multicultural groups together, groups of different languages, values, etc., etc., you are inevitably going to have some disagreements, arguments, even outbreaks of violence. This is just how human civilizations operate. And let's be honest, the racial component is meaningless. Your skin tone is the consequence of said geographical location and its distance from the equator. That is all that is. It is an arbitrary characteristic. It just happens to be a visibly identifiable one when it comes to dealing with other humans, and it can be used as such, much the same way with their attire to, on face value, perceive some qualities of that person without further personal interaction. It may seem prejudicial, yes, but it is nonetheless a tool of human perception regardless of its social stigma. Nevertheless, should you find yourself in a society that has a superior culture to your own of some kind, it would behoove you to learn from the better culture. Thomas Sowell has that line in, I think, Intellectuals and Race, or Black Rednecks and White Liberals. What helps one group succeed can also help you succeed. The Czechs were told this when they were mixing with the Germans. The German language is older, it has more information. So if you want to succeed and move up in society, you should learn German. Or if you want a modern-day example, look at blacks in America. Their social structure is an absolute catastrophe. Per capita, they are the driving force behind America's high homicide rates. They're overwhelmingly matriarchal as a group. There's a lack of stable masculinity in their community, and this causes a problem. And it's because of political interference. White Democrats wanted a permanent voting base, so they destroyed the black family in the 1960s with LBJ's Great Society programs, and its effects are still felt to this day. There's a video that went viral a few days ago of black children. Couldn't be more than 4 or 5 years old, still in diapers, can barely speak a word, but they're swearing at police officers and hitting at their knees. Everyone watching that has 2 immediate thoughts going through their heads. Those kids are destined to be in and out of prison for the rest of their lives, and there is no father around. Almost 3/4 of black children in America are born to unwed mothers. Everyone knows this. And then people wonder, why is there such a prejudice against the black community? When they openly film themselves fighting in restaurants, parking lots, trains, disrespecting a police officer for merely asking to see their driver's license. Could it maybe fucking be that? But no one wants to say anything because it's politically taboo to even acknowledge that existence. So the community suffers as a consequence because no one cares enough to tackle the issue. It's just exploited by politicians for their own gain. And these are the same morons who scream, white supremacy is a threat to our democracy. Translated into non-bullshit, that means independent thinking people are a threat to our thinly veiled authoritarian regime, because stable families tend to vote Republican. These are bad cultural practices that is particularly prevalent in a certain race, but in case this isn't fucking obvious already, it is not due to race, it is a poor cultural practice of that race. If you saw any other race behave in the same manner, your mind would flare up a red flag for exactly the same damn reason. And what's so bizarre is if you find someone who is black, who can see this and acknowledges it is a problem, they will be hated by other blacks for pointing out it is a problem. But everyone else will think better of them for not following a cultural trend they know themselves is bad for blacks but would never admit to. And other blacks will call them sellouts for trying to behave in a manner that literally the rest of society approves of. It is the weirdest thing. Pointing this out does not make one racist. It is merely an observation. If you think pointing out a problem or a statistic and not trying to solve it with the taxpayers' money is racist, that's probably why you're a stupid leftist. That solution has been tried for nearly 60 years. It's only exacerbated the bloody problem. Now, the homophobia one. This one is actually quite funny to me. First off, the phrase homophobia is such nonsense. They don't fear gays, they only find them annoying. And it's not because they're gay, it's because that flamboyant attention-seeking behavior gets on people's freaking nerves. They just happen to be gay. This is something that irks me to no end. You'll have, say, person A will have an argument with person B, and then person A gets dogpiled because person B belongs to some it-pol group, and therefore person A hates that group through this person B. It's just so tribal and stupid. It's the same as the previous argument. It's a dislikable trait prevalent in this community. There's a difference between sexually gay and politically gay. And the example I gave, and this is comically stupid on my part, is calling people who disagree with you gay. Now, if you are on social media and you're on the right, you know those who disagree with you who are gay because the bloody rainbow flag will be in their damn bio. That kind of display of uniform is something only the left does. So far as the using the word gay as an insult goes, it's not having a go at someone's sexuality. It's just a word that means uncool or kind of cringe at this point in time when used in that context. Louis C.K., for example, had a bit about the F word years ago that he misses using that word because he grew up using that word and it didn't mean gay. You called someone that because they were being that. The word gay as it stands now, because everyone is so bloody PC and soft these days, has replaced that word. When someone says that's gay, that's what that means. But if someone says they are gay, you just go, and that's it. That's all there is to it. It's just the context. Words are funny, you know. Take the phrase, for example, that sucks a dick. That's a negative. But the act itself, from a female, that's a positive. But if a female doesn't suck dick, that sucks dick. It's just so stupid that we have this society that supposedly values freedom of speech, but God forbid you actually use it to acknowledge these bloody problems as the first steps to trying to solve them in a manner that doesn't involve the damn state. So gay. And that is all for today. I will see you all next time.